What's going on, everybody? Sam here with FinzTwinsTV, back with another video. Today I have another painting video for you guys. In this episode I'm going to be painting a realistic shad pattern on a jerkbait blank. Let's get after it. Alright guys, so here's the blank we're going to be using today. We're going to be spraying today with an Iwata Eclipse airbrush. And I'm going to start out the same way I do every other bait, with some painter's tape. We're going to go ahead and tape up the bill. I'm going to put one piece straight across the bill, just like that. Going to wrap that around. And then I'm going to get one other piece, about 2 inches long. Put on the corner like that. I'm going to wrap it around the bottom. Catch the other side of the corner just like that. There we go. We got our bait taped up and ready to paint. Alright, so I'm going to start out with a base coat of opaque white. This doesn't have to be super thick. Now I'm going to take my hair dryer, put it on a higher setting, and go ahead and dry this first coat. Alright, now we're going to do 2 more coats of opaque white. Got those 3 coats of opaque white dried. Now here's where this pattern is going to get a little bit tricky. I'm going to go ahead and grab my opaque black. Fill the gun up, and then we're going to go from the top of the bait and work our way down with this black. Try not to get on the bottom, but it's okay if you do. So we're going to spray from the top of this bait and let the overspray work down. Alright, we're going to need 1 coat of that. And go ahead and grab my hair dryer, and we're going to dry that out. So here's what we're looking at now. White bottom, black sides. Now we're going to grab a scale mesh. Now you can look at the one I have here. It's actually a fairly big pattern. I think that I got this off of some kind of bag or something for some vegetables. They're almost circles, but they're a little elongated. They're kind of ovals. So I'm going to put the oval vertical so the scales are going up and down. Now we're going to go ahead and wrap this around the bait, and then we're going to clip it on the bottom with a couple of these little clips. Alright, we're going to lay our mesh right there on top. I'm going to wrap it under. I'm going to pinch it once right at the bottom of the bait. Make sure I get it very tight all around the bait. Okay. Now I'm going to take 2 more. I'm going to put 1 up here under the gill plate. Make sure that's tight too. And I'm going to put 1 more down here by the tail of the bait, making sure it's very tight. I'm going to add a couple more going down it, just to make sure everything is good and tight. Alright, we got the mesh nice and tight. Now we're going to go again to our opaque white. Now I'm using all Createx colors airbrush paint today. Now we're going to paint anywhere on this side that is black with this white paint. Alright, now I've done 1 coat. I'm going to grab my hair dryer, I'm going to put it on a lower setting and go ahead and dry this coat. Alright, let's go ahead and do it one more time. Alright, once the bait is nice and dry, I'm going to go ahead and carefully pull our clips off and stack them up on the side. Now I'm going to grab the mesh from the front and we're going to peel it back. There you go, and you can see it's got these cool scale patterns going down the sides and working up to the top. Now we're gonna flip the bait over and do the exact same thing. There we go, got some cool scales on there now. So now we're gonna mix up a little different color we're gonna put on the back. What I'm gonna do is use my opaque white again. Put just a little bit of opaque white. Don't need a lot of paint for this. Now we're gonna put about half the amount of opaque white that we used, but we're gonna use opaque black. And then we're gonna take our transparent tropical green, and then we're gonna put about the same amount that we used for the black in there as green. Now I'm just gonna use a little popsicle stick and go ahead and mix all that together. And that should give us a very light gray with a little bit of green in it. Perfect. Alright, so now we're gonna grab a different mesh. This one here you can tell is much tighter than another one, and this one is more of a diamond shaped. And then I'm gonna put the diamonds straight up and down on this bait, and then we're gonna go ahead and clip it again. Alright, so we're gonna take that light gray and we're gonna run a light coat just over the shoulder of that bait. We're gonna just over the top, and we're only gonna work it down about a quarter of the way, and then I'm gonna spray some right over the top of that gill plate. Alright, there we go. We're gonna go ahead and dry that, and we'll do the same thing the other side. There we go. We got the majority of the bait done now. Now I'm going to take that gray paint I had and I'm going to pour it in a little cup because I'm going to use it again later and I don't want to waste any of it. Alright, we're going to put that off to the side. And I'm going to clean my gun out, and then we're going to fill it back up with some pearl gold. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my bait, and just over that back shoulder I'm going to spray this gold and let some of that overspray run down the side of the bait. Very cool. So now we have a little bit of a gold tint to the bait and some running down the top. Now we're gonna do the same thing to the other side. So now what I'm gonna do to give it a little bit of a purple touch to it like a herring does, I'm gonna take some medium gray, some of that in there, and then I'm gonna take some of this violet and put just a couple drops in there. And then we're going to mix that up. And that's gonna give you a grayish purple. And now what we're gonna do is we're gonna run little bits of purple in random little spots right there where the scales start to come down. So I might put one here, maybe one right there, and there's a couple little random spots. We're gonna turn our PSIs down for this, and we'll just make those little spots. We're gonna try and be very precise. Now I'm going to take that purple out. I'm going to that grayish green color we mixed up earlier. I'm going to put that back in the gun. Now I'm just going to run this color straight down the back of this bait. Alright, we're going to dry that and do one more coat. Our bait's starting to look nice now. Now we're going to go ahead and give it a little bit of color down by the belly. So now what I'm going to do, I'm going to take this bloodline color. I'll leave all the information where you guys can find the colors down the bottom. And I'm going to put just a couple of drops of that on my gun. Now I'm going to take my opaque white again, and I'm going to put about twice that amount as I did with that brown color in the gun. And we're going to mix that up. That's going to give us a nice little orange beige type color. And we're going to turn our PSIs down again. And we're going to run this color right under the chin side of this bait. Alright, here we go. That's what we're looking at right now. So we're getting close now. I'm just going to grab my pearl white and spray it all over this entire bait and give it a little shine. Then all we're gonna need to do to finish up our bait is I'm gonna take an ink pen and I'm gonna put a little kill dot right there behind the gill plate. And then I'm gonna use some 2-ton epoxy. I'm gonna put a little dot of that right there in the eye. I'm gonna go ahead and put my eyes in and we'll be ready for the clear coat. Check that out, super realistic looking bait right there. Gonna match the colors of a herring. We even have some scales going down the side of the bait. So let's go ahead and clear coat it. Alright guys, it's a bit later and I went ahead and clear coated the bait. And it is looking awesome. I used a KBS diamond clear coat, just dipped it in there. I did one coat. This is one coat. I'm gonna let that dry for 24 hours. I'm gonna come back tomorrow, do the same thing again, and this bait is gonna be complete. Alright guys, that's all I have for today's video. If you wanna see more painting videos like these, go down in the comment section below. Let me know what you think, and before you leave, make sure to subscribe to the channel, leave a like, and I'll see you guys next time on FinzTwinsTV.